That's $100, isn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I woke the next morning with what felt like a lizard in my throat.
Also sounds about right. Like,
Maya was already shuffling through her school bag with an enigmatic grin. The first day of school.
Hannah, you're finally awake!
You're going to swear for a second. You know, her voice sliced through the air like a knife, and I winced. She was definitely a morning person.
Me.
Really?
Yep.
Oh my god.
It's time for the first day of school. Aren't you excited?
No.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
What do you mean? Is something special happening today?
Something strange always happens on the first day of school, especially to someone like you.
She winked.
What?
Someone like me?
Nerd.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean.
She smiled and started messing with the pile of papers on her desk. Shaking my head, I got out of bed and pulled on my uniform out of my closet. My palms sweaty.
Jesus.
Just so much sweaty palms
She
going
needs to
on.
see a doctor.
Palms sweaty, palms spaghetti. I held out the gold vest and blue jacket. Was this really possible for something to be different here than the word home? What if the problem wasn't actually the school? I shook the thoughts out of my head and changed into my uniform.
Oh,
What is it?
Aww.
you look so cute.
Really?
He crept up my neck.
Yeah!
Yes, completely. Your hair matches your uniform so well.
So cute.
You look like a flower blooming straight out of the ground. Oh, like your name.
Thank you. Water stung in the back of my eyes, and I turned to start packing my backpack. Why was I getting worked up about something as little as this? I must have gotten less sleep than I thought.
Is something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. I just, I'm happy. How dumb is that? I start crying at the first sign of someone being nice to me.
Yeah, I know that feel.
Yeah. I took a deep breath to steady my nerves. What an oddly menacing laugh. Thud. All of the air from the back of my lungs was something like a horse hoof slamming against my back. Just, gone.
Irk. You'll do just fine. Don't worry, this is going to be awesome.
I stiffly peered over my shoulder. That was you.
I am strong, woman.
She is a very strong woman. Maya stood behind me, her hand raised. Somehow she had the strength of a bodybuilder.
Yes.
Nothing. I was just about to zip up my bag when I spotted Satch's book, or the book Satch gave me, lying on the nightstand. The Princess Betrothed. He said if I ever need to be transported far away, I should take it. It was pretty good so far. Maybe it was a smart thing to bring it along, just in case. No one talked to me between class periods.
That's actually a pretty smart idea.
We're not going to take it, actually. But no, we're not going to take it. We're going to leave it behind.
I can already sense, with her luck, something bad would happen to it, so...
No, it actually just progresses Satch's story. We don't need to take it.
Okay.
Now, today will be a great day.
Oh, man.
I couldn't give up before I even started.
You ready?
Yup.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Thank God your lines are short, Mai.
Yeah.
Stick with me and you'll be fine.
Maya opened the door, and together we stepped into the hallway, merging into a steady flow of chittering girls and fruit-flavored perfume. Are they eating this perfume?
Bad idea.
I don't understand why people use the word flavor.
For scented?
It's like scent. It's literally scent, because flavor's for the tongue.
It's you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my. I didn't know we lived on the same floor.
No way, really? That's so awesome. Now we'll be able to catch up. Whatever happened between you and...
The river girls shifted as we headed down the stairs. Suddenly I found myself surrounded by a bunch of people I didn't know.
What a jerk.
Oh wow, what a jerk he turned out to be.
My exclamation faded into the buzz of voices in the air. Oh no! What do I do if I get separated? Anxiously I searched the crowd of girls for mine. I couldn't find her. Everyone was dressed the same in the Asagao uniform.
If only she had pink hair.
Only she had pink hair. It was so difficult to tell anyone apart. And me being so short, we really didn't...
Oh god,
it didn't help the situation.
Literally can relate to that.
Yeah, me too. As we turned the last we turned the last corner in the stairwell, I saw a flash of red hair, and in a little ways in front of me, Mai. I reached out between two girls and tapped her on the shoulder. Huh? Oh, who are you? The girl's eyes flashed, almost like a jolt of electricity shot through them.
Huh? Shot through them. Wait, who is this?
I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else. She said nothing and turned away before I knew it. I stood outside the Primrose house, watching a flow of girls disperse across the campus. Maya was nowhere to be seen. I couldn't even hear her chirpy voice. Oh man. I took a deep breath, biting my lip. This wasn't a big deal. I could go to class alone. But I didn't even know where the building was!
Oh, no.
I reached into my backpack and dragged out my class schedule. Homeroom. 206, Poppy Hall. Which one was Poppy Hall again? Weren't the classrooms on the other side of the campus? I picked a direction and began to walk, trying to ignore my racing panic. At the thought of arriving late on the first day of class. As a third year, where no one knew me, all of the people staring.
Hey!
And just from that, you know who that is.
Oh, no.
Hey, are you okay? You look a little lost.
I like how you're imitating their voice, but
I'm
just
not trying. I'm trying maybe a little bit, but it's like, I can't do it.
No.
Someone called out to me, and I turned around, almost jumping for joy.
It's John!
When I froze under Robot's jacket. He was part of the Normal Boots Club. I could practically feel my tongue swelling in my mouth. It was, if this was a Normal Boots Club member, I had to make a good impression.
Why?
He was one of the founders, right? He must be JonTron.
Or just John.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm new, and I don't know where Poppy Hall is. You're a freshman, no problem. My class is Poppy Hall. My class is in Poppy Hall. I'll walk you there.
Aw.
Really? That would be wonderful, thank you. Was this really happening? He began walking toward a large brick building in an enthusiastic manner, pumping his arms up and down like he was... What? Like he was in some kind of...
It's his walk?
Opening. It's like his opening.
Can you imagine if he actually walked around like that?
I fell into step beside him. I didn't notice that when Mai pointed out to him yesterday, but JonTron had big brown eyes and a warm-looking face. I thought he was going to say smile. I'm like, yes. It was basically a human puppy.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Man, they use the human puppy a lot. Like, PBG's
I was going to say,
as
PBG definitely is.
PBG is definitely a puppy. I glanced up at him out of the corner of my eye.
What?
A bird! A bird on his shoulder!
Just pooping away.
So scary! Birds always made me uncomfortable. Something about the ease with what they could poke out someone's eye.
Someone grew up with birds.
Yeah. Is something wrong? Why'd you stop? No, nothing's wrong. He frowned. He followed my gaze to the bird on his shoulder.
Hey!
Oh, that's Jock. Isn't he cute?
Yes.
Yes. Nice to meet you. I don't remember his actual voice. I just put on.
It's like kind of like a default robotic voice.
Yeah. It spoke. Yeah. He put his hand out hand to his shoulder. Jock jumped onto his palm. Jock is a robot bird, you see? Hello. Jock's eyes. It's like the hello kind of. I don't know. You can make Jock if you want. I'm really bad at these voices. Jock's eyes gleamed a dangerous red when he spoke, but nothing else suggested he wasn't a normal bird. In fact, if I hadn't known better, I would have said that his eyes, the red on his eyes, were painted on, which would be horrible.
Don't do that to your bird.
Don't do that. That's amazing. Jock twitched his head to the side, examining me in return. The more he looked at me, the less afraid I was.
What are you looking at?
What?
Nothing. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Jock can be a little sassy.
Yep. shooting lasers everywhere.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. Who are you calling sassy? I am not the sassy one. I don't forget to feed you.
Jock, that was one time.
I was alone and starving in the frozen tundra of this empty world, loveless, afraid.
Ignore him. I've been bringing him with me to the drama club, and he's taken a little too well to it.
I see how this is. Shut me out like I have nothing to add to the conversation.
It's really funny. Jock retook his place on John's shoulder, this time facing away from us as if miffed. Yeah, we resumed our walk to Poppy Hall.
He just starts pooping uncontrollably.
Yes. I'm JonTron, by the way. Call me John.
Because
Hannah,
JonTron
nice to
totally
meet
is
you.
my actual name.
Yeah, exactly.
Hana.
Hana.
That's a cute name. Thank you. So how long have you had Jock? Since middle school. We've been together for 4 years now. Ain't that right?
I'm not listening.
Yeah, well, I love him to death. I don't know what I'd do without him. It seemed like life would be a lot easier without him. But who was I to say? We arrived at the break building, a white sign surrounded
He chose
by
the right
poppies
pet. Those
declaring-
things last 40 years.
Yeah, declared it to be unsurprisingly Poppy Hall. Like, if you were just, to take a walk and be like, oh, that's poppies, that's Poppy Hall, oh, there are bluebells, that's the bluebell thing. Like, come on.
Come on, Hannah.
You would be able to figure it out at some point.
Yeah.
Yes. Which room are you in? Room 206.
Really?
Seriously? Yeah. That's my homeroom. We're in the same class.
Okay, yeah, he's got a cute laugh. That's great.
John laughed and clapped me on the shoulder. Wonderful. I guess I'll be seeing more of you then, right?
Yeah.
Together we entered Poppy Hall. Yes. Poppy Hall was lined with fluorescent lights and Asagao blue lockers. The lack of students milling around in the hallway indicated that we were a bit late. We ran up the stairs and made it to the classrooms just as the bell rang. My heart caught in my throat. Thankfully, the teacher hadn't come yet. Instead, students clumped into tight pods and milled around the classroom, catching up on vacation news.
John.
Thank you so much for showing me the class, John.
See you
No
later.
problem. I'll see you around.
Just away.
Yeah, just... he waved and disappeared into a wriggling mass of students. I glanced around the room looking for an empty seat.
Hannah.
Mai peeled herself away between a cuddling couple.
Was that JonTron? Were you just talking to JonTron?
Yeah. Mai's eyes widened and I couldn't help feeling a little smug. I realized that I didn't know my way to class after you and I got separated, and he offered to walk me, which is awesome. That's the sound that's like, whoa, hold on. Mai emitted a highly pressurized squeal.
JonTron walked you to class? Oh my gosh, you have to tell me everything.
She grabbed me by the wrist and pulled me into an empty desk in the back corner of the room, right next to the window.
I saved you a seat.
I slid in and took off my backpack, looking it up on the side of my desk. I was a little bit worried the books inside were too heavy for the bag to handle, but so far it held up pretty well.
Sorry we got separated, by the way. It can get a little chaotic sometimes. So tell me, what happened? What did he say? What did he smell like? Does he have peach fuzz? Is it... Why would you know this?
Wait, what?
There's a very important wait. These are very important questions I'm asking. You need to answer them. Was his hair super silky, or did the roughness of a dog's coat? Oh god, no, no.
Before I could answer, the door of the front of the room slid open, and a tall woman strolled in. The class went quiet and obediently slid into their seats. Mm-hmm. Yes, my heart beat furiously, blood rushing through my ears, just right through them.
Class.
Oh my.
Do you want me to be this lovely lady?
I guess I could take up more voices.
If you want to, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been doing all the guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Good morning, class.
The teacher's melodious voice swam through the room, calming the buzzing high of students from their break. I guess that makes sense. My shoulders relaxed and my fear ebbed away.
I'm your teacher, Shizuka Wakahisa. Wakahisa. Okay. You may call me Miss Shizuka. Wow, I'm terrible at Japanese names.
It's okay. The emphasis she placed on the word led me to believe calling her Mrs.
Yeah, Mrs.
Mrs.? Yes.
Yes,
Wasn't a mistake she would take lightly. She ain't married.
Yeah. Some of you might have noticed that we have a new student this semester.
Mm-hmm.
This is my phone voice, by the way, when I'm a receptionist.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A hail of murmurs passed through the class. Some people glanced at me. Nope. There was that fear again.
Oh, no. Mm-hmm. Would you like to come up and introduce yourself?
I nodded, stood, and slowly walked to the front of the room, counting my steps to make sure I wouldn't fall.
Oh.
I faced the class, took in a deep breath, and introduced myself, and I noticed a familiar face in the crowd.
Yes.
There was John, sitting with two other boys wearing the Normal Boots Club jackets. One of the boys, the tallest one, was staring at me, the barest frown on his face. PBG is frowning at me.
Why? Why is he
You
a
will
poopy butt?
find out.
Why is he a poopy butt?
He's not being a poopy butt.
Okay.
It's just funny. In my opinion, like, now that I've seen this.
Okay.
It's so funny.
Okay. What?
Something about him seemed really familiar. Wait. He was PBG, wasn't he? The founder of the Normal Boots Club?
One of them.
Or what? Suddenly, all the strength of my knees left. All the strength left my knees. What did I do? Was he frowning? Was it possible that I already made a bad impression on him? He had to be, or you had to be kidding me. If you didn't like me,
What does that mean about everyone
I
else?
hope they all like me. I saw the faces of the classroom began to congeal, forming one giant blob.
Oh, no.
By the way, our character has, like, crazy anxiety problems.
She sounds like a me, but, like, I feel like I'm more like Mai because I'm just, like, outgoing, but I'm scared outgoing. If I talk way too much, it's because I'm scared of your presence.
Yeah.
You moved from, Amaririsu.
Amaririsu.
Amaririsu, right?
I nodded and sold again. Then, like a beacon of light, I noticed Mai smiling and giving me a thumbs up. That's right. What would Mai do in this situation?
Yes, I've just moved here. My name is Hana Mizuno. I transferred from Amaririsu Public High School. I'm really excited to be here. I hope you'll all take good care of me from now on.
I love her. She's so cute.
It's very cute. I bowed my head to the class and they clapped politely. And then I looked up. PPG wasn't frowning, but he still seemed oddly confused.
What's wrong with you?
I was like, when I first met him, I'm like, why are you being a butt, PPG?
That's exactly how I feel.
What did I do wrong? You're just being a jerk. Maybe he always looked like that.
Thank you. You may be seated.
I returned to my seat, heaving a small sigh. The hardest part of the day was over.
Are you kidding me?
Shizuka began to talk about standard procedure for the semester, the rules for the class, when homework was due, and that sort of thing. It was all very similar to my old school, and I spaced out in spite of myself. A brief flicker of movement caught my eye. PVG, again? I glanced at him, and his head snapped back to the blackboard. What was his problem? Class continued on like that until finally the bell rang and it was time for lunch. Mai stretched her arms over her head and yawned.
Man, I hate the first day of class. It's always so boring.
Weren't you looking forward to it this morning? Something about exciting things happening?
Well, yeah, but it already did. You met John, didn't you? Now, oh, sorry, I thought you had something. No, I got nothing left to look forward to.
Who knows? There might be more boys in the future.
I mean, there is a whole group of them.
Yeah. She sighed.
And I was hoping to see Jared before class, too.
She slouched and fell across the front of my desk. It seemed like this would happen a lot. Is Jared really that hot?
I mean, he's glittering.
Maya's head snapped back up, her eyes flashing.
What did you say?
If
If you stare directly at him for too long, your nose will melt off. I've seen it happen.
What?
Anyways, let's head to lunch. I'm super hungry.
Oh, I looked at my backpack and it held up pretty well. Sorry, it held up
pretty
well throughout class, but I was worried that if I didn't take some stuff out of it now, it might do some permanent damage to it.
Can you imagine what it's doing to your back? Listen to someone who's been injured. Do not fill your backpack up too much.
No, I couldn't exactly afford a new backpack. I need to put some things in my locker first.
Oh no.
But if we don't go now, they'll run out of sesame seed buns.
Oh,
That's okay. I'll just go ahead. Come find me, okay?
sure thing. Alright.
Let's not break my spine.
Yeah, I was so lucky to have someone like her as my roommate. Quick as I could, I went to my locker and emptied out some of the textbooks I didn't need. I smiled at myself. My interaction went well.
Even though you almost peed yourself.
Yeah. Good thing Mai was there to give me a little bit of boost of confidence, especially with BBG looking at me like that, like being a creep and stuff, and what was his problem. Maybe I could ask her what was up with him. When I met her at the cafeteria. It might just be the way he was, or maybe he's just being weird. Cheered. Cheered?
Yeah.
I headed to the cafeteria.